Concerns tonight about a deal that General Motors has struck, initially in secret, to sell off its iconic Hummer brand. That deal is with a company from Communist China. But many of the details are still being kept secret, with billions of taxpayer dollars now invested in General Motors and many more on the way. Many are saying this secrecy is absolutely unacceptable. Brooke Baldwin has our report.
It's big, it's rugged, it's proudly patriotic. The Hummer, a brand born in the USA, is about to be sold off to China. According to Hummer, General Motors signed a preliminary agreement with Sichuan Tengzhong, a heavy industrial machinery company in western China.
We've reached an MOU. We're actually very, very pleased with this arrangement because we will be able to continue the Hummer brand with this purchaser and also maintain production of Hummer here in the United States.
The reaction among auto workers at this Shreveport, Louisiana Hummer plant.
I would have preferred an American company buying it.
We haven't had any security for a long time. We just gave up a bunch of our benefits last week, and now we've been bought out. So I just hope to stay with GM. That's what I hope.
The head of the local union says whether we like it or not, American manufacturers have to compete on a global scale.
When everything's on a level playing field, we can compete with anybody in the world. And of course, in the UAW, we believe with all our heart that if things are going to be sold here, they should be manufactured here in the United States.
GM says this plant will remain in operation and that 3,000 jobs will stay in the U.S. through next year. After 2010, GM offers no guarantee. Chrysler and Italy's Fiat, now GM and the Chinese. One industry expert says our industrial base is being carved up.
And it really makes a difference who owns a company, who owns a part of the industrial base, because they make the decision about hiring and firing and new plants. This is a great toehold for the Chinese to come in and sell all types of vehicles, not just Hummers.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that China substantially increased its manufacturing jobs from 2002 to 2006, while the U.S. lost 1.4 million manufacturing jobs. Both countries have lost hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs since the global recession hit. Now, GM initially said they were not going to divulge the purchase or the prices of this morning here, despite the fact, Lou, as you mentioned, that the American taxpayer now has a 60% stake in this public company. We're also hearing for the very first time tonight reaction from the chief executive from this Chinese company. And here we go with regard to this pending purchase of Hummer. He says, quote, Hummer is synonymous with adventure, freedom, and exhilaration, and we plan to continue that heritage by investing in the business. Lou.
He said freedom.
He said freedom. I pulled that just for you.
Outstanding. Thanks very much, Brooke.
Thanks.
Brooke Baldwin. Well, the American Hummer brand may be sold